Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm going to try to make this one a very short video. So there's just two things I really want to discuss. First, the mayor's choice for who is going to be in charge of our ARPA funds, which is the $41 million coming into the city under the Federal American Rescue Plan Act. And the second thing I just want to highlight is the business tour that I'm doing right now for Pittsfield businesses. So first, let's start with the mayor's choice for the managers of the American Rescue Plan Act funding, which is $41 million. The mayor decided to choose our head of community development, which is Deanna Roofer, and our former head of the health department. I think in yesterday's video I said Board of Health. I got it backwards. So she's the health department. But anyways, I think I said Board of Health. So I want to fix that anyways. But that's Gina Armstrong. So she, a couple months ago, abruptly resigned from the health department with 9 years of service with the city. And Deanna Roofer has been head of community development for a while, and she will be leaving that post, I guess, in February. And then those two will be splitting the position of they'll be co-managers of the ARPA funds, the $41 million. Now, here's a couple issues I have with that. And I think it proves my point on many things. If many of you remember back with our pick for superintendent, and we put on this whole charade of, interviews. We were going to make changes. This was an opportunity to bring in diversity, to really make some changes. And we had some incredible candidates, and they decided to pick Joe Curtis, our current superintendent, who was the deputy superintendent under Jake McCandless previously. And Dennis Powell resigned, walked out, resigned from the school committee because of that. And I supported him on that issue because many people said from the beginning they already decided who they're going to pick, and this is just a big dog and pony show to put on an act. And they decided to pick Joe Curtis and keep it the way things were in the schools. We had an opportunity to make some real change, and our schools are in big trouble. So the reason I'm referencing that, as many of you know, our current administration, the Mayor Tyer's administration, Mayor Tyer has continually during campaigns, she's preached diversity and equity. Oh, we have to be diverse, we have to be equitable, we need more diversity in our schools, we need this. We're creating an office of diversity and equity. And again, just like with the superintendent pick, only this one I find to be worse, rather than posting the job available for manager of the ARPA funds, rather than actually giving people a chance and maybe bringing in some diversity and a different perspective, a different way to look at things, it was cronyism at its finest. Didn't even post that that was an available job. She picked the two people she had already decided, Deanna Roofer and Gina Armstrong, and didn't give anybody a chance to apply for that, going against her own preaching on diversity and equity. We need to be more fair. We need to allow people the opportunity. We need to make change in this city. And just like always, there was no diversity, no equity, no any of that. Let's just pick these people and pass the baton on to who we decide. So Deanna Roofer will leave her position as community development director and then take over as the co-manager, which I believe their salary will be somewhere around $109,000 a year split between the two of them. Now, in Gina Armstrong's case, because she had 9 years with the city, this should get her to the 10-year mark, which will give her her benefits for life. Once she hits that 10 years, she'll be able to have health insurance and all that for life through the city. I'm not even sure if Gina Armstrong lives in Pittsfield. So, but again, nobody had an opportunity to apply for that job. We The campaign season of when you hear about, oh, diversity and equity, it's all a charade. It is. None of it's real, in my opinion, and it's unfair to the community. It's completely unfair. When we have a chance, I mean, that $41 million is an once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the city of Pittsfield to do right, especially what we're coming out of, and hopefully we are coming out of it, but this crazy time in the world. And no, we're going to stick with what we know. It's the Mayor Tyer's personal little group of people. So just, they were able to leave their jobs and now they get this job. If that's not cronyism, what is? If other people didn't have the opportunity to apply for those jobs, there's no equity there, and there's definitely no opportunity for diversity. I think people in the community should be furious about that. Absolutely furious about that. I do want to mention one thing real brief with North Street. I know I've talked about that a lot. Somebody brought to my attention that the cost of those poles, the flexi poles, and to replace them, and once you add labor costs and all that, even though Ricardo Morales is saying no big deal, the mayor is saying no big deal, it's probably a few $1,000s worth of damage that was done. I mean, the cost of those individually can be as much as $40 a piece. They probably, I'm assuming, bought them in bulk. I'm assuming. But that was just absolute stupidity to leave those there and to create that situation. It just, again, shows the bad planning on that. So it wasn't just that it created a mess on North Street, which it did. It cost the city money to have those destroyed for no reason whatsoever. And now I'm sure they're going to replace them because they're sticking to their guns on this bike lane layout that they have on North Street. They're determined to just destroy business on North Street, I guess. But anyway, pay attention to all that. People should be very upset about this pick for the co-managers of the ARPA funds. We should demand more than that. Deanna Rufer and Gina Armstrong, if they want that position, they should have had to apply for it, and other people should have been able to apply for that position. It should not have just been handed to two of the mayor's friends. That's how I feel about it, and I think everyone should contact their counselors and contact City Hall about that. In closing, though, on a positive note, the business tour. I started with Rick's store at RJ's store, Diamonds and Fine Jewelry. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Rick is a great guy and a very important part of the community. And I have many others coming up this week. There's some people I haven't been able to get in touch with. I'm trying not to put too much of my personal information out there with what's going on, but my father is having a serious health crisis, and I'll just leave it at that. So I've been running back and forth to the hospital and dealing with some things there. So I sincerely apologize to some of the people that I haven't been able to get in touch with as scheduled. I'm trying to stay focused on work and trying to stay positive about things, but also I really do, it's hard to pinpoint when I have to run out and when I have to be somewhere, but I'm dealing with that with my family. So if you have messaged me through the page, I will get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll try to schedule something soon. I want to get as many Pittsfield businesses as I can in before the holiday season. And, you know, a lot of people have to understand how important our Pittsfield businesses are, how much they give back to the community through charities, through donations, through sponsoring sports teams, all sorts of things. So this is a way to give back to the businesses, to help promote them, and hopefully boost some sales for them, you know, in this holiday season coming out of this crazy time. So support all your local Pittsfield businesses, every one of them, from our bars to our retail stores to service industry, all of them, if you can. I know it's a tough time for everyone. So that is it for now. I have more videos coming out. Like I said, I have a bunch of business videos coming out that are scheduled starting tomorrow. And through all next week. So that's it for now. Everyone pay attention, call your counselors, call City Hall, email them, whatever you have to do, but stay on top of that and of the mayor's pick for controlling that $41 million. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow.